Big Bink Show, Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. What it do? Your man, Big Bink, man. I just had me a flat tire and, like everyday stuff happening to you. What's up, Action? How you doing, big bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm sorry. Look, I just got up.
I'm coming. Yeah, I feel you. I'm coming from Tati cheering that day at the spring game out here at the little high school she go to. So okay. I get to the car. And actually, when I was at work today, I was looking at the tire. I was like, man, this look kind of low. I get some air later. Well, I'll be doggone. When I came out the game today, I was straight on flat, man, in a little tire place out here. It's close to the house, so I was like, man, because if I don't do it now, in the morning I got to get up and go to work.
Oh yeah,
I got to work
way too early. That's way too early though. Try to be dealing with something like that.
Exactly. So I was like, man, let me just go ahead and shout out to USA Tires out here in Forney, Texas, man. They see me like every 2 times a month because I get a screw or a nail in my tire. But this time I didn't have a nail. I had the stem valve was messed up, so the air was leaking from the little stem thing.
Yeah.
So hey man, so I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing, help me with this. Trump sent a letter to the GOP talking about don't use his name no more. Like, what's going on there?
To be honest with you, I have been tapped out all day today because today, if you live in the Metroplex in the DFW area, and I shout out everybody out of town and around the globe, but today in the DFW, the last couple of days it's been cloudy, rainy, cool.
Today has been. Yeah.
Today was a perfect day. Can I just say that?
Yeah, it was nice outside.
Yeah, it was very nice outside weather-wise, and if it's nice outside, what I'm doing. So I was all on the golf course all day today, so I didn't hear anything. But I know this for a fact, like a long time ago, though, he had kind of told them they couldn't use his name or any of his stuff anymore because he's turned it into a grift to the point where he's holding the GOP hostage because it's like it's like he gets all the money, like all the donations that go to the GOP, he gets like a majority of that cash. So he's getting all. That's the only way he's kind of like really making money right now.
Now, what's the GOP? What do that stand for again?
The Grand Old Party.
The Grand Old Party. Oh, the Republican Party. Okay. Yeah. And so Liz Cheney, she was going in on him, say, look, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not sure of everything, but I know she was against the whole Trump movement, and they like booted her out. They were like, well, you out then. Like,
yeah, they voted out her leadership on Wednesday. They took that vote on Wednesday. But she didn't want to go along with the big lie, the thing that's going on right now, where they're saying the election wasn't stolen. The rioters and the insurrectionists on the 6th were okay. Wasn't a problem. All this other stuff, yada yada yada. She just broke totally with the rest of the party. So they were like, we can't have you in here in the party right now.
That's I mean, she was part of the problem in the beginning though. I mean, I guess she found, she had a heart and was like, well, this ain't right.
No. I mean, I kind of get it. When people try to kill you, it kind of changes your mind about a lot of things.
Yeah.
when people are storming the Capitol, trying to hang you, you have a come to Jesus moment.
And again, the way, I'll say people, like the Republican Party have been rewriting history since the beginning of time. Now, some of those Republican people are saying that this was done by tourism. The insurrection was like some tourists doing that stuff, and they don't want to take responsibility. Matter of fact, Republicans repeatedly denounced characterizing the riot as an insurrection. Congressman Andrew Clyde, I don't know what city he in, but y'all need to look at him if he running your city, if he's your Republican congressman. There was an undisciplined mob, but argued to call it an insurrection, in my opinion, is a bold-faced lie. This is a living human being that I guess maybe he was getting his hair cut when all this stuff was going on, when they were snatching up the police officers, when they were spraying that bear spray all in them fools' face, when they was hitting them dudes with poles and all this stuff, when they was busting the windows out at the at the Capitol. Matter of fact, they also followed these people back. We talked about this when they got back to their regular way of life. The CEOs, the owner of the grocery stores, the owner of car lots, the janitor at the school, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they still say, well, no. Again, they rewriting history. Now, you know, like I know, big bro, let it have been two black people on film doing something with all them other people. Let them have caught one black dude busting a window. It would have been a unruly mob consisting of over 400 black men, you know, making a statement about injustice, and this is how they took it out on the country. This is a shame, but it's reality. We know what it is. And it's just like people need to vote these people out, because this ain't nothing that was born this year. It wasn't born January 6th. Yeah. This is like 400, 500 years old. So the offspring of the mental thought process about how you have to have control in this country to be dominant, because that's what it is. That's how they acted. That's what it is. And it's just a shame, man. I mean, I don't know what more has to happen. You know,
yeah, I mean, you're right on the point of where we have to get to a point where we have to just vote these people out. I mean, we need two solid sustaining parties in this country. I mean, we need a healthy Republican Party, and we need a healthy Democratic Party, because the battle of ideas and the battle of how to get this country going in the right direction, it needs to be a healthy debate, and you need two different parties. You don't need one outweighing the other. But the Republican Party just understands the demographics and what's going on, and they're just out of ideas, and they're trying to gain power just by any means necessary right now, because they know, again, the demographics of America is changing. I mean, it's becoming a more diverse country, and you have to have ideas to keep up with that diversity, and they don't. And it's like people are like, well, they do have ideas, and people don't. No, they don't, because if they had ideas, then they wouldn't be doing what they do. They wouldn't be doing the voting suppression that they're doing right now in all these states. They wouldn't have all these bills going through all these state houses right now that are limiting the vote. They would be trying to expand the vote. If they trusted in the vote, they would try to expand it, because they would understand people will be about their ideas.
But that's very important. Very important part.
Yeah, they're trying to limit the voting right now, because your ideas are limited. So, and then redistricting. So again, along with redistricting, suppressing the vote, they're trying to steal the vote right now, and it's the only way they can get it done. And it's just sad, though. It's sad that the party has to come this way. And again, it's true, because look at again, Liz Cheney. Everybody says Cheney for her name, but it's actually pronounced Cheney.
Oh, it is? Okay. But the Dick Cheney wife, ain't that who that is?
That's his daughter.
Is it? Man, I'm way off.
Yeah, that's the former vice president's daughter.
Now, he was the vice president when Bush was in. When Bush
was in office.
I got you.
But again, it's no shade, but everybody pronounces it Cheney, but it's actually pronounced Cheney. But it's like the point is, she voted with Trump almost 90% of the time when he was the president. So it's like, it's not that she's not conservative enough. It's not that she doesn't believe in the conservative philosophy. It's the fact that she just won't be submissive to Trump. And you have to be submissive in the Republican Party to Trump right now. And that's a wrong way to run a party, because you need to be loyal to ideas and loyal to the country, not to a person. And when you become loyal to a person, that the party becomes a cult. So
that's just very interesting, man. And again, if we don't vote these people out, it's going to be 10 years, 20 years later, and we'll probably be in a worse situation than we are now.
Can you imagine though? Honestly though, think about it out there. Think about it like this: if the guy had his way and the insurrection went down like they wanted it to go down, do you think he would have turned it down? He would have turned down power like that? He would have been like, no, I can't do that. That's not what the Constitution says. If that insurrection would have went his way, he would have took control of the country like he did.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And so, again, but yet you still want to put this guy back in power? You guys believe it? The people that believe in that kind of power, believe in that kind of rule? I mean, that's crazy to me. That's not a democracy, because it's like authoritarian rule is not a democracy.
Yeah, but we know people, we see now that that's how people think. Like, yeah, they tried to get him back in office. Thank God they didn't have enough votes to do that. But now you see the people who you thought they're not who you thought they were. And now you see the type of world we live in. And, I mean, we could say prayer and all.
Yeah, and all that stuff is projection, like that Congressman Gates, the Republican congressman. Have you heard about that story?
No, what did he do?
Where he's dating teenagers. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, come on now. But again, their whole thing, or the Republican belief with the QAnon thing, is that, Democrats are having this pedophile ring, but you got congressmen that are dating teenagers, sex trafficking.
Yeah, and I think he said he didn't know how old she was, or something stupid he said.
She's still a teenage. She's still a teenager.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I didn't know how old she was, but you dating a teenager. You're a grown man.
What's wrong with you, man? Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you?
Shout out to, one of our main partners, Kevin Kirksey, with the Kevin Kirksey line. Go to kevinkirksey.com, pick up some gear. Even if you don't pick up no gear today, just look at it and see what he got, from purses to shoes to shirts to jogging pants to jogging suits to the
got it all.
His answer to what we knew. I ain't gonna say no, because we don't know it no more. We rocking with the Yamp, not the polo shirts no more. But we have an answer to the polo shirts that you knew and that you wore. We have an answer to that. It's called the Yamp series. Make sure you check it out. kevinkirksey.com. We talk about him so much because he's a black entrepreneur, and proceeds from his clothing line go to HBCUs. His stuff is dope. It don't shrink. We rock it every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for us to support. Yeah,
I had on my Kevin Kirksey hat when I was golfing today, and a brother dapped me up for that. He was like, "Yeah, nice hat." So Kevin, there you go.
Yeah,
I was rocking the Kevin Kirksey joint.
We can make Gucci famous, and Louis famous, and Nike famous, and Coogee famous, and football is cool. That was black. But I'm saying when people close to us come out with something, we want to hook up, or we want to don't want to pay full price for it. I mean, the same way you busting your neck to get that Gucci purse and all that old stuff, or your nails done and all that stuff. You can save that money and spend wisely in the community. The black dollar turns over like maybe once or twice in the black community. In other communities, it turns over like 16 times before it leaves the community.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way we're going to get really power. Like his point is well taken, is we have to gain our own financial wealth once again. Like, take it back to the days when we had like the Black Wall Streets, when we were really running things. And and gaining financial wealth. I mean, you have to have your own in order to gain any kind of power, any kind of wealth in this system. You have to have your own. Now is actually a good time, believe it or not, with the economy starting to open back up a little bit, to if you ever thought about it out there, to open up your own business, to start again fresh, because people are going to need stuff. If you got an idea, some other stuff, it's not going to be any worse or any tougher than any other time. But now is a good time to start fresh, because a lot of things closed during the pandemic, and a lot of things aren't coming back. So a lot of fresh new ideas are needed out there in America to keep the economy going, because they're talking about inflation now and all this other stuff. So
right.
We'll see.
The Colonial Pipeline. Can you talk about that? Because I heard it's been restored.
Yeah. They brought it back up to power, full power. They just were taking their time on that pipeline thing because of the simple fact that, again, it was a hack. So they wanted to make sure that all the hack stuff was out of there. And that's a part of, actually, it's a private company, but that's a part of the infrastructure plan that Biden is talking about, because we need to really tighten up on our infrastructure on being able to be hacked like that again, just through our systems easily. I mean, we are so far behind. Again, if you get an opportunity to travel, and you do, but it's like if you go outside the country, if you go to any other major industrial country, like if you go over to Frankfurt, you go to Japan, you go to England, wherever. I mean, their airports are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Their services are amazing. The hotels, the other stuff, they are like almost light years ahead of where we're at right now. And it's like we don't really invest in our own infrastructure. Like we don't even have like bullet trains. Like, Japan, you go to Japan, they got like bullet trains, get you from east to west in a second. I mean, and there's so much red tape to have to go through all that kind of stuff, environmental stuff, yada, yada, yada. I mean, but we got to get beyond that. We need to invest in our infrastructure. But that pipeline was a part of that. So again,
and when you say pipeline, that's where is it at? Like, is it underground, under the sea, or
it's underground. It starts here in Texas, and goes all the way up to Pennsylvania, all the way up to the east.
So what's in there, like gas or oil?
Yeah, gas. Yeah, just gas, gas, because it's fuel for like planes, fuel for like cars, gas stations, and other stuff like that, for gas stations and homes and anything that has to do with the fuel. I mean, that pipeline was carrying part of that up for the whole east base, like through like Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, all that, DC.
And you say somebody hacked it.
No, the Russians hacked it. They know who hacked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They know. I mean, you heard of these stories where these hackers hack inside these major companies, and then they hold the systems hostage. Like they put bugs in them and stuff like that, and malware, and then they tell you, you can't clean it up, or you can't get it out, and it crashes your system. But they have the fix for it, and they sell you they sell you back the fix. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what they did. So they paid a ransom. Like that oil company paid a ransom. Like I said, and then think about it, they'll never disclose it to us. I mean, the true amount they'll probably never disclose to us, but they paid the ransom. So again, it's an oil company. So imagine those dollars. So it could have been in the millions or even in the billions, because again, it is an oil company. So they got pocket money like that. So again, they held them hostage. So then they paid it. They opened it up and started back again. But people were panic buying for the last couple of days, and the prices is going up. But everything is going up because inflation is going up and starting to catch up with us. And again, that's why they need to increase the wages of everyday workers, because things are going up. Everything else has gone up except for wages. So
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah, it's true. And people like, well, I don't want to pay. I can't pay $15 an hour, and I'm a small business, and it's not really about you. I mean, you're a small piece of the pie. True, but at the same time, when you got CEOs making like 80, 90 million, really, like their
Yeah.
salaries are going up like 300 fold. So it's like they're making all this money hand over fist, but the workers can't make nothing. So again, cut the CEO salaries a little bit. And
Yeah,
put
exactly.
put that back to the worker salary. So,
Question to everybody watching the podcast. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, part of the Media 360 Network. A lot of shows on this channel. Spread the word about what we do, from Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends to Big Bink's Break Room Podcast to Antoinette's Recipe for Conversation to the 2Gs with Action Jackson and Darius, to all the churches that we have on. Let me ask you guys, and you can put your comments over here in the comment thing. Have you all
and
had
hi, Kathy.
What's up, Kathy? Have you had the shot? I saw a recent photo of Vice President Harris and President Biden together, no mask, kicking it, smiling, because they're fully vaccinated. Now, I know, Action, you had the shot.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of anybody who haven't had the shot. Are you planning on taking it? I haven't had the shot. I did have COVID. I do have the antibodies. I understand the science. If you have the antibodies, then you're good. You still can catch it though. You still can catch it with the shot.
Yeah.
However, with the shot, the likelihood of you catching it and being in the situation, this time last year is highly unlikely. It probably won't be as severe. But what's up, Paul? Paul said no shot for me. I still haven't got it either. I was glad to have COVID, though. I was glad that I had it, because if I wouldn't have had
really?
it, because if I wouldn't have had it, I probably would have been got the shot. Even though I don't believe in shots and all that stuff, but I probably would have got it. Like, no, I ain't catching this. No, I mean,
you made it sound like it was a bucket list item, though. Yeah, I was glad I got COVID, though.
Well, I did. I mean, I just, I would put it like this. I would have rather had COVID like I did and get a shot.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but
yeah. I mean, if beyond that, I mean, if you were going to get it and then survive it, sure.
Yeah.
And then get the antibodies and whatnot. But yeah, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Yeah, I mean, I decided to get the shot for a lot of reasons, but and beyond the science and everything else, and then I'm not worried and about any other craziness that's going to happen later on. I mean,
right.
I don't think I'm gonna grow another arm or something like that. But yeah. People like, it's funny. People like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen to me later on. You're gonna die later on. That's gonna happen to you. So no matter what, so no matter what happens, whether you get the shot or not, it's not gonna save your life. It's not anything like that. But again, my wife had underlying conditions, and so we decided to go with the shot because it was the smartest thing for our family. And you got to make those decisions. And if you don't get the shot, you don't get the shot. I'm not mad at you either way.
Yeah.
Again, that
goes around me.
yeah. That goes vice versa. Don't be mad at me and don't try to throw me no shade because I got the shot. Like, oh no, Action, you shouldn't have got that shot. No, I should have got the shot. On Planet Action, we believe in that science. So, and if you come to my world, it's all right if you're not vaccinated, but at the same time, keep it to yourself.
I think it's like 43% of the U.S. has been vaccinated, and now they got the shot for kids, or at least they testing it or whatever. I think that's the Pfizer one, and now that the shots are available, like you can go up the street and go get it at your nearest whatever. Like you look everywhere. And so let me see what Billy say. Billy say he got it because his wife worked in the COVID unit before she got pregnant. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. See, so you did it again, Billy, for family reasons. Exactly.
But how did that work out with your wife, Billy? Like, did she? I know she was working in the COVID unit. I know she was probably fully covered and all that stuff. But did she run into any? Because is she still pregnant now? She just had the baby. Yeah, she probably had the baby by now. But did she run into any complications and any physical complications or complications where she couldn't work as much or be around that being pregnant? I always wanted to know, how people were doing if they were pregnant, going through COVID, how they delivered the baby. Was it just one person in there? Were you able to be in there? July 31st. Okay, there you go. Congratulations to you, big bro, to you and the missus, man. But yeah, I always wanted to know how that worked out, because I don't know anybody who physically. I mean, I've seen people like on Facebook who had babies and stuff, but I don't know how.
The delivery process went, because that would be a weird thing, because I wanted to be in there for my girl's birth, and it would have been like weird if I would have had to been kicked out of the room. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, tell us how that went, Billy. But congratulations, that's a beautiful thing. Life is beautiful, and it's a good thing. It's a blessing. So prayers to the family. Glad everything worked out.
Oh, he said they took her out the unit as soon as they found out she was pregnant. There you go. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, again, it's a personal decision, and if you don't want to get the shot, I would encourage everybody to get the shot, though, because again, it's going to help us to get to herd immunity, and then we'll get back to normalcy that much quicker. But that's just my point of view. I mean, if you get the shot, it'll help out, because COVID is still going on. People still getting sick. People still dying. They just don't talk about it as much anymore as opposed to people, getting the shot. But people are still dying. People still getting sick.
Yeah. Some crazy news going around. Chrissy Teigen, that's John Legend's wife. She loses some of her endorsements because of some abusive text that she sent to a 16-year-old. Now, this is allegedly. This is on MTV News, so you know how.
No, it's true. It was true. It was on TMZ too. That was a story that was on there yesterday too as well.
But this happened like years ago, though.
Yeah. It was years ago.
But the backlash from the sponsors, they were like, they ain't having it, so they pulling away from Chrissy. They moved the items from their website, and Macy's has reduced her items and will soon be selling them at half off. Wow, that's
Get
crazy.
them now. Get them now. Go shopping now.
I mean, like half off.
Get that Chrissy Teigen now, boy. Go shopping now.
How crazy is that, man? From some stuff that happened years ago.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the culture we living in. That so cancel culture, which is crazy. But like, you can't make a mistake these days, boy. You make a mistake these days, you're gonna pay for it.
You out of there.
It's gonna cost you. A mistake will cost you. It's like, what kind of society is this? It's crazy. It's like, we striving for perfection like that. I thought won't we perfect the union first? We're supposed to have a more perfect union. Won't we perfect the union before we work on each other?
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Tank, man. I've been knowing Tank for years, man, and he's been in the news too. He revealed on IG that he was going deaf. He said, he said he completely going deaf in his right ear. He kind of losing sound in his left. Dizzy, can't walk a straight line, all this out of nowhere. Don't know how or why. Seen the doctors, got an MRI and all the good stuff going on. Medication, he said in the clip. So we're going to triple pray for the homie. I mean, he was very positive on IG. Still hasn't given me a reason to give up. He continued and still hasn't gave me a reason to stop feeling like I can do and be everything I set out to be. The goals are still the same, to be great, be the greatest. I want to say to you, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you find yourself, whether your body's failing you, whether your mind is failing you, whether your spirit is failing you, keep going, keep pushing. So, again, definitely, pray for the big homie Tank. This is on, like I say, news. Sometimes I get tired when I go to the when I see stuff on MTL News. However, this is formerly the media takeout, where you used to be the number one source for gossip. And true or not, people used to go there every day. You know what I'm saying? But it's him on IG talking, so,
Oh, sorry. You all right, Shiny?
Mhm.
Shawty, come
Yeah.
on. You had that look on your face like, nigga, don't say nothing. Like if I hear one word come out the background of y'all kids right now. I mean, how was track practice?
That was good. It's getting intense.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's
cool,
starting to get
cool.
intense. They're 4 weeks away from their first meet. So
Oh, nice,
mhm.
nice, nice. It
Did
was a
you
beautiful day to be running outside.
Mhm. Yep.
did you hear that story about Tankshawty? Did you know about that?
What about him?
Supposed to be going deaf. He was on IG talking about he going deaf.
Oh
Dizzy,
no.
can't walk a straight line, all that stuff.
I
Yeah.
don't really keep up with Tank.
Yeah.
You know. Me and Tank don't get along.
Tank's not on her call list.
No.
Mm. Kathy says she got both shots. Oh, you did? Still gonna wear my mask when I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah,
the CDC said that, if you're around people who fully vaccinated, y'all don't need to wear masks no more.
yeah, that's true. But it's weird. Is it weird now? Like when you go in spots, is it weird now? Like because you'll see some people wearing masks, you see some people not wearing masks. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's weird. It's
yeah,
weird.
because I'm like, at what point are we going, just take it off and whatnot? Like, man, walking in a
I,
bank.
yeah, like I got on the elevator today, right? I got on the elevator at work and I didn't have my mask on, wasn't even thinking. I got on there, it was like Hiroshima happened. Everybody stopped and looked at me like,
Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Put it on
Yeah.
and kept it moving. So yeah, people expecting people to have a mask on at all times. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, like
my
almost
thing with the mask is
it's
like
almost abnormal when you don't see it.
you have this mask, these little cloth masks, some that some people are making. Um, and I mean, just this mask is supposed to stop this virus that's killing people. This little mask, but I think about like when we went in the gas chamber, in the gas mask that we have to wear to protect us from that, compared to this mask that they're telling us that we have to wear to protect us from COVID. And I don't know. I don't
what?
know. When I
What?
thought about it, I'm just like,
I think it just
so
restricts your
Your pellets.
from
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't
coming in
protect.
straight contact with it.
Yeah, it doesn't protect you from COVID. It protects you. It stops your pellets. It's supposed to, like, if you wear the correct mask, like when we talk, we spit and we don't really see it and realize it because it's so micro.
Right,
But
yeah. I remember they did a couple of tests, had people
yeah,
talking and the stuff
yeah,
that's coming out your mouth, you don't even know it. Like
yeah.
what?
You don't even know it. So again, if you wear a mask, it limits that. So then, if you have COVID, then people aren't breathing that in and putting it all on you. So uh, I get it, but I mean, I don't know. It's like it seems like it's normal to me now. And even though sometimes I've gotten out of the car and I forgot, like I'll get halfway to where I'm supposed to get into, and I'll be like, oh damn, I gotta walk back to the
Yep.
car.
I do it all the time. Go in Walmart
Yeah,
and I walk in and everybody looking. I'm talking about, these months ago, you go in there because you can go in there now without a mask,
yeah,
they ain't tripping. But, back in the day, you be like, God, sorry.
yeah. Like I gotta go back. Yeah, I don't know. Like when they give the all clear, I don't know. Maybe I might still rock mine for a little bit, and just cause.
Well, the number one question gonna be, would you get the shot? No, you didn't. All right. Because when we flew
Yeah.
to Florida, I was, even though didn't nobody ask if I got the shot, but I was just like, man, hope it ain't got can't go places where if you ain't got the shot, you can't go, whatever. And that wasn't the case, but that will be coming up shortly, I think. Especially when you're traveling out of town and all that other stuff. I mean, out the country. No, I know
Yeah.
you can't. I know you can't go out the country without the card or whatever. So
Yeah, you definitely gonna have, if you want to go outside the US, you're gonna have to have that shot. Unless you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Shani had a story that she sent us earlier.
I'm just saying. Nah, I mean, because y'all talking about the shot, but like I looked at going to Mexico, and no, you got to have the test.
Yeah,
test.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
test,
right.
you gotta
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
COVID
yeah.
test
You have to have the COVID. You have to
before
have the
you
COVID
go,
test.
but they're not
Yeah,
requiring the shots.
yeah. They're not
Not
requiring it
now. They
now. Not
will.
now. They will though. They will in the future. They will. Like after, I think,
Yeah,
like
Abe. This live, Abe. We live.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I got my shirt too, by the way. I'm sorry, Abe. From
After you
Al, I
do
got my shirt.
yeah, after your this period goes through where everybody's supposed to get vaccinated, I think like next year, 2022, 2023, like yeah, it's gonna go to that point where you're gonna have to have that shot.
I believe that. I
I mean,
believe that.
yeah.
Abe, you got yours like when it first came out, right? I remember Abe got his when it first came
Sounded
out.
like it sounded like I'm not doing it.
I mean, it's just a racket to make money. I'm like so sick of the medical community and the stuff that
Yeah,
they want, and these processes they have.
yeah.
I'm
What up,
sure, man.
Abe? Hey, Mac. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody checking in tonight. Make sure you tell a friend, share Inside Big Bink's Rec Room podcast. Tell a friend, tell a friend. What's so funny? What you watching? You watching something?
Yeah, man. I just having to look up, man. It's the most embarrassing moments in sports, man. I was watching us on the big screen on my TV. I got us on the big screen too, but I accidentally hit the volume button and I changed the channel, and some on YouTube was on the other input. It was funny. I'm sorry.
No.
Shawty, talk about that story you sent us earlier today. Bring a picture of that dude up.
I don't have the picture to bring up. I just texted to y'all.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get into it. I saw that.
So this man, a Florida man, fakes his death for 20 years to learn he was never wanted by cops. So apparently, he thought that he was on the FBI's most wanted list. So he faked his death like he died. And 20 years later, he found out that he wasn't even on the wanted list. So he did all that for nothing. Is there anything that you would fake your death for?
Man, that's crazy though. Can you imagine? I mean, like, I don't know. That's kind of dumb though. Like nobody, like, you couldn't research that no better.
I mean, I guess
on how to kill yourself or how to come back.
No, that about being.
I mean, how to fake your death. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about being on the FBI's wanted list. Like you couldn't research that no better. You're like, I'm thinking, like, okay, if I thought I was on the FBI's most wanted list, I would kind of like research that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me find out what's going on, and let me see if I'm on that list. And he couldn't research that no better, or
I'm like, damn, like, well, wait, how did he find out? That's what needs to be researched. How did he find out he was on the list? I guess that's what you just said, huh? Actually,
how did he find out that he wasn't on the list 20 years later?
Yeah,
or maybe he looked in. Let's see.
Yeah, to me that's crazy. Like that's something like I'd be checking on. Like I'm gonna check on that every year. If I'm gonna do something like that, like I wonder if they're still looking for me. Let me check. Like he ain't never checked, never followed up. Like that's crazy. That's just dumb.
Well, I guess that's how he found out that he wasn't on the list.
Yeah. After 20 years, come on, you're a little slow. You're a little slow with that one, buddy. I don't know if there's something I would fake my death for, though. I don't know.
Here it is. It's been nearly 20 years since a frantic bride-to-be rushed to the lifeguard station at a Florida beach saying her fiance had disappeared in the surf. Wow. So he said he disappeared in the surf.
Yeah,
okay, now he's 49. He was found live in a well in North Carolina doing a routine traffic stop Saturday. He's got a common law wife and a teenage son named William, the same name that he had been using for nearly 2 decades. Okay. He got stopped over a license plate when he was unable to produce anything to identify himself. He was arrested for not having a license. At some point, while the police were interviewing him, he confessed that his real name was Benny Harden Witt. Okay. So, because he had destroyed all of his identification and whatever records he could find after his death, there was no one listed under that name whom police could find either. He had a hard time even convincing officers that he was actually Benny Wint. So they booked him under the name John Doe until they found out who he really was. He was charged with giving police a fake name. He says because he told them the day he disappeared into the ocean off the coast of Daytona Beach, he was trying to escape both authorities and anyone who may be trying to kill him.
Yeah, that sounds like some real issues right there. Though.
So he was paranoid. Something was going on. But now he's in Marshall, North Carolina with, they putting everybody's name on here, with Sonia Jones, who Wyatt identifies as the mother of his son, his baby mama. She said that she's not gonna give any comment on this. So he got stopped by police and found out that we weren't looking for you.
Yeah, but can you imagine living your life like that for 20 years though? Like
that's crazy.
Feeling like you on the run.
Yeah,
like
and he left his fiance and everything.
Like you ain't got no job. I mean, how could he get a job without no license? Because he obviously didn't have no license. How could he get a job like any kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like did he get fake ID? Did he have fake ID? No, he didn't
have any ID.
Yeah,
maybe
he
was living off a woman. Maybe he found a woman that to take care of him.
He probably couldn't go out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was doing something because it looked like he was, he got a baby mama, a kid,
Yeah, but
he's driving. No, he was out. Clearly he was out because he was driving. That's how he got stopped.
Yeah, but he can't get no bank account without no ID. So
if the woman taking care of everything, it don't matter.
Yeah, if you can find somebody like that.
He probably got a she probably taking care of everything.
Yeah, but how do you explain that story like when you first meet the woman?
Well, he probably didn't. She probably know now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like she got to a point where they get ready to get married. How are you gonna explain that?
Listen, y'all thinking too hard. It's women that meet men every day that take them in and they're happy to take care of them. It happens.
Yeah, we find it hard to believe. We find it hard to believe because we didn't find nothing like that.
Some women just want a man. They just want a man to be able to say, "I got a man."
Bink, did you find one like that? Just was happy to take care. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah. We just didn't find nothing like in that realm. Yeah, that's why we find it hard to believe.
But at night,
it ain't hard to believe. I mean, it happens. I wouldn't do it. You can't come over here without no job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess, because see, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm too used to talking to you and dealing with you. So I'm like, the women, like,
but I'm single. So see, I'm not a good thing. I'm single.
Yeah, but you still got the same kind of. That's what I'm saying. You got standards. You got everything else that go along with that. So again, I'm thinking like women. So you're saying there are women out there that don't care if dudes got licenses, can't get a job.
No, they just want a man. Can he fix the car? Can he cook my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner? Can he keep the house clean? Oh, he can do all of this thing. Can he lay the pipe? I mean, they don't care. Some of them don't care.
I don't know where they were when I was taking applications. None of them was applying for this job.
Well, yeah, you was looking in the wrong pool. But they're out there. They are out there.
Because I definitely had that description in the ad.
Yeah, because she had a baby for him and all.
Yeah, I had that description. Want to stay on the couch and play PlayStation. Want to play golf all day.
Abe's telling you, it's some of them out there like that.
Oh man,
they ain't me. So don't come over here with that, because.
Well, look, listen to this. That's a crazy story, but listen to this story. It's a man. This is an old story, but I heard it when I was in Florida and I went to go look for it. And it just goes to tell you, they don't care how old it is. This is from 2016, but it's still funny. Listen to this. This dude in Ohio, he wanted to post he had a problem with the mugshot that was posted by the Ohio authorities. So they looking for him, right? They got a mugshot on Facebook or whatever of this guy. He was mad at the picture that they posted of him. So he took a selfie and sent it to the police department like, hey, put this one up. That picture y'all got of me, that's old. Like, I look different. Like, put this one up. And so the Ohio authorities put it up and updated the mugshot. Now, did they find the dude? No, but they appreciated if he would come speak to the LA to the police department about his charges. But they did put up his new picture. Now, how funny is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's a black dude too, but the picture
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, you didn't have to do that, man, because everybody would have just guessed his race. Now you don't put him out there. Now you don't put the dumb black.
But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying it's a black dude?
Because we don't need to advocate dumb black dude. Yeah, we could have left that a guess. Like, we don't need to.
Well, actually, I thought it was a white boy when I heard the story.
That's what I'm saying. See, you know what I'm saying? When you hear a story like that, you're like, oh, this dumb white dude. But then you took all doubt out.
When you see the picture, you be like, oh, okay, yeah, that did look kind of simple on that picture. Then and the picture he sent was like, he was posted up in the car with his sunglasses on, like, yeah, this is dope. Yeah, that what that is. The other picture on this mugshot was like this.
So I got Kevin's comment up here.
Oh, here we go.
Kevin says a lot of women don't want to commit nowadays. So they don't do it. LOL. Too many women act masculine, like a man. I guess he's saying like a man as a turnoff. Too many women act masculine. Well, why do they act masculine, Kevin? Why do women have to act masculine? Why do we have to act masculine? Why would a woman have to act masculine?
I don't know.
I mean, let's ponder that.
I never. Well, actually, me and Bink are going out. I rarely go out anymore. But
Bink done got on me before and said, he done told me before, Shauna, you too independent.
Yeah, we're gonna go out, so I'll see.
Like, Bink, what I'm supposed to do?
Do you know about me?
I mean, but what I mean, we have to figure out like what he means by masculine, though. I mean, is that like in the deeds? Is the look?
I don't think he's talking about the look. Okay, too much time listening to Steve Harvey. Act like a lady, think like a man. Well, no, most of us don't. Well, I don't listen to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is full of poo-poo. He full of sugar, honey, iced tea. So, but
use a Steve Harvey on the show.
Steve Harvey is full of sugar, honey, iced tea. Shawnee said it. Shawnee said it. She said it. He's full of sugar, honey, iced tea. Full of it.
Yeah.
He can keep that act like a lady, think like a man, and stick it up his butt.
Oh,
views of Steve Harvey.
His daughter ain't acting like a lady and thinking like a man.
Stepdaughter.
So,
yeah,
get the house in order, Steve. Well, you know. But I mean, I get it. He had to make some money so he could pay for all that. But I'm just trying to figure out what, because I hear that a lot. Like, I hear, men say, oh, well, women, we can't hook up because women act like this. Okay, what are we supposed to act like? If we're single and we're actually taking care of our business, what are we supposed to act like? What are we supposed to act like? What? I'm trying to figure out because, I got to pay the bills. I have to take care of the kids. I mean, I don't have a day where I can just say, oh, I'm going to just pamper me all day. It's stuff that has to get done. So I don't understand that whole we too masculine, or like even when Bink is like, you too independent. Okay, but what I'm supposed to do? I'm just supposed to sit here when stuff got to get done? So I'm going to call y'all.
Great question.
Yeah, Bink got on me bad. Bink went off on me so bad one day. I was like, well, what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean,
a chance. Give him a chance.
No, you got on me because I had moved all my stuff by myself. when I moved from Tyler to, back to
Oh
Dallas,
yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah,
came
yeah,
over
yeah,
and you
yeah.
was like, you moved
Because
all this
an
stuff by
alpha
yourself.
male with a woman's money
Yeah, you
doesn't
did.
make
That was crazy.
But what was I supposed to do?
That's true. Call us. You right. Call us.
What was I supposed to do? I
I
had to.
mean, by the time you called me, you was already finished.
Yeah.
It's like what? I mean, the van was packed. The white van was packed.
Yeah. She
I was
independent like that.
what?
Well, she'll never put in that phone call to us first and be like, hey, can y'all help me out? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, we are here and always available for you, and you know that though.
But some men are intimidated by that, though. They
Yeah.
sure
Some men. Listen, I could play Stedman all day. Cast me in that role. I'm getting an Oscar. I'm
But
getting an
don't nobody
Oscar.
want no I mean, but Stedman got his own. Let's be
Yeah, that's
clear, because
what I'm
I've
saying.
met Stedman, had conversations with Stedman.
Yeah.
Stedman is good with or without Oprah. He can walk away from Oprah and be good.
Yeah, but that's my point. It's like I will never be intimidated by a woman that makes more, is more powerful, or is more on her game than I am. Because to me, quite personally, that's me. That's my wife. My wife is in the stratosphere when it comes to doing things, and our lifestyles is totally different in the way she handles things, and I'm never intimidated by that, because that's just not me. Like I said, put me in that Stedman role, I'm getting an Oscar. I'm telling you right now. That's easy to do.
Wait, let's see what
Shawnee.
Connie. Okay, I'm an old school Southern gentleman. I treat women like a woman. It doesn't matter if they are a Steve or a Joe. If they think if they think they are a Steve or a Joe, I'm going to open the door for them. That's great. I'm going to say yes, ma'am. That's great. Help them downstairs. That's great. It's funny seeing how confused they get. They act like they don't want to act like a woman. What you mean they don't want to act like a woman? That's what I don't understand, because like
no. You gotta read what he's saying. If I understand correctly,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand.
It's for women that act like a man.
Oh, like the butches? That's what y'all talking about?
That's what I'm getting out of it. He said it doesn't matter if they think they're a Steve or a Joe. Well, I mean, I guess that could be both sides. If they're dominant like a Steve or a Joe, or if they got a wife beater on and they hat backwards. So I don't know.
Well, then too, it's like
my sister is on here.
Yeah, Ro is on. Yeah,
Ro, what's up?
Click on Ro name and put her picture up here. We love her. That's my sister.
Billy says sometimes women don't let
go back to Ro comment, because that's my sister.
That's a great thing to let a man like.
There she go. I love you, Ro. That's my sister. Are you kidding me?
I agree with
my
Ro.
life. She changed my life.
Sometimes you just have to get it.
Ro.
Sometimes you just got to get it done. You got to get it done. But I mean, of course, yeah, you want to let a man do. Well, I can speak for me, because I understand what Billy is saying. There are some women that are like, I don't need no man. Okay, that ain't my mantra. That is not my mantra. I need a man. Okay, a particular type of man. Not just any man, not a pizza man. Okay. Yeah, a man that can do man things, that's great. That's wonderful. A man that can be a man that knows how to protect me. And I don't necessarily mean with a gun, but protect my feelings, my emotions, all of that. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta come in that A game with Shawnee, because Shawnee's an alpha. And if you ain't an alpha trying to holler at another alpha, it could be a problem. But I mean, that's everybody though.
I ain't no alpha.
You are such an alpha.
I'm an alpha in this moment, because that's what I have to do right now.
I'm the one that's trying to contest that. Are you kidding me?
I am.
Yeah, she's an alpha.
She just said, "I'm an alpha. I just do what I gotta do."
I do what I have to do.
So that's an alpha mentality. That's an alpha trait.
This the position that I'm in, but I'm not one of these fire ass women out here. We're not saying
that you are, but you are an alpha personality. You are an alpha personality. Don't deny that.
I just have to get it done.
But
like if the right alpha show up, listen, Shawnee will sit down.
Exactly, though. But I'm saying
it would take
an alpha guy in order to deal with you, though. And if you, that's just my whole point. If you're not on your A game, fellas, and you, whether you're a B student or a C student,
Oh no, it ain't gonna work.
it ain't
It
gonna
won't
work. It ain't gonna work.
Because you got to be able to talk to me. You got to be able to say, "Listen, you wrong." You got to be able to say that.
Yeah, you got to be a Mr. T. You got to be on the 18. I pity the fool, but you got
You got to be able to, talk to Shawnee. Say, "Look, I don't appreciate this. Maybe you need to rethink this." And not be scared to say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna take an alpha to deal with you. You respect the alpha. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I will respect an alpha.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you gonna let me
exactly.
run over you, then nah, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
I'm gonna be after 2 days. I'm like, nah, I don't want to talk to that dude.
You cannot be a B student trying to talk to an A student.
So actually, maybe we're gonna set up sitting with Shawnee. Maybe we're gonna do that. We're gonna set up sitting with Shawnee. This is gonna be a one-on-one conversation for 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes to sit with Shawnee, ask her questions, and we're gonna make a big deal out of it. We're gonna promote it, and we're gonna get to top 5.
10 minutes with Shawnee.
Yeah, and whoever plays more into Shawnee's liking, they have to take her to Chick-fil-A, get the 8 count and the brownie and the Arnold Palmer, and it could amount to something. You just never know.
I'm mad he know my order.
That's what that is.
I'm telling you, you got that. You in there, fellas, right there.
Hold on, my sister got a comment.
Have the game right there.
My sister got a comment. Rose say Shawnee couldn't have said it better. We still need men, but we need them to be consistent and respectful. Exactly. Strong woman needs a strong man. I love being a woman, and we love you too, Ro. And my man is amazing. Wasn't always fortunate, though.
Girl, say that ding ding, because me and Ro done had plenty of conversations. Woo.
Yeah.
Girl, we need to go play soccer again. Me and Ro bonded over playing soccer.
That's awesome.
Yes. We need the
sweetest person on the planet, and I pray for your kids because I know they still serving all the time. All the time.
Yeah, tell you, man, her kids don't grow up. They grew up. They ain't little no more. One of them teaching me about life insurance. So yeah, absolutely. Charles, he do life insurance for New York Liberty, and he's been instructing me on everything that I need to do as we go into these later years. I mean, that dude is on top of his game. Shout out Ro and the amazing job she did with the boys that we see grew up, grown up, serving this country, and doing their part for society. Absolutely.
And again, that we need to have a show on that because that's the thing that helps gain generational wealth as well. Like you have to have your affairs in order. You have to have things like life insurance for when the inevitability happens. And you could pass on something to your kids to help lift them up into a different plane, because again, that's another way to start off and get generational wealth. Because again, that's what a lot of these rich people do when they pass on. They just have insurance and then pass this wealth on to their kids, and their kids start off and don't have to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can open your own business because you got like a few $100,000, millions of dollars that you get for nothing, and it changes your life. So that's a conversation we need to have to help out with the community, just to have some generational wealth.
We'll get Charles on.
Yeah,
we'll get Ro's son Charles on, and he'll spit that game like he's been spitting it to me over the last couple of weeks, trying to make sure that that I'm straight. Because he put me up on some game.
Holla at us, Ro. Holla at us, Ro. Get the son on here. We need to talk about that.
Get him on there. Yeah,
that's a serious conversation that needs to be had, because again, we talk about what Kevin Kirksey says on here, and always talks about you have to have your money in order. You have to have your wealth in order and your financial future in order. And insurance is one of those ways that Black people and people of color just don't think about.
Yeah, until it's too late. Then the GoFundMe's go up, and
exactly.
And they mad when people don't donate. Before we get out of here, let's read Kevin's statement. Exactly, Shawnee. To many of our Black women say, "I don't need a man." Yes, a lot of women say, "I am independent," but they don't realize. Here we go. They don't realize that doesn't mean anything to alpha males. Weak men, it will bother. Dominant is a masculine trait. So that's a great statement. He said an alpha man will recognize an alpha woman and be cool with it. A weak man would identify an alpha woman and then stray away because he don't want to deal with the conflict.
Well, he can't handle the conflict.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, you can't handle it. Yeah. But if you're an alpha male, it don't bother you at all. You're like, okay, get the step in.
That's what it is.
Yeah, get the move.
Appreciate that, Kevin Kirksey.
And but women need men. My opinion.
Yeah. We need each other.
Yeah, we need each other. Because I couldn't do without no woman. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. I would have muscles in my hand. You get it?
Yeah, exactly.
Muscle.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, thank you guys for spending the week with us.
Anyway,
appreciate you guys. Monday through Friday spending with us.
Hold on, man. Shani got an announcement.
Yeah, I got an announcement. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You got to tell us about it.
Yes. If you didn't know, May is National Menstrual Month, and millions of women and girls are kept from reaching their full potential due to poor menstrual hygiene because of lack of education. So protect the most precious jewel in the world to you. Visit getpadstoday.com and experience Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins. All right. They're infused with the Nobel Prize winning material graphene, and this is going to help pull the heat away from the core of your body and keep you dry. Plus, balance your body's pH and relieve painful abdominal cramps. All right. So get yours today. Log on to getpadstoday.com and begin experiencing a less painful and drier cycle.
Please do
ladies, get on that. Yeah. Log on to that right away.
Getpadstoday.com.
There it is. Tomorrow, we'll run a best of show. We're going to rerun the show. The one we did yesterday. Yesterday was good, wasn't it? Well, yesterday was PMD. Yesterday was PMD.
Yeah, he had a slight delay. So when y'all look at it and you see that he's standing there after we ask a question for a little while, it was just he had a delay.
Yeah, he had a delay. He was a cool guy. It was a fun interview though. We had a good time this week. We had a great time this week period. But thank you guys for checking out.
He got music coming out. You'll be able to get all the information tomorrow. We check out the break room every day, every Monday through Friday, 8:00.
Well, when you use them, it helps. Like it helps your cycle, like for real. So I've used them. It's 3 girls in the house. Okay. 3 females, let me say it like that. And I've noticed a change, yes, with the attitude. Because when you start cramping and PMSing, because you know what? I used to notice that there would be every month, it would be a time that I would just go off. And when I start going off, it'd be little things. And I'd be like, what's wrong with me? Why am I snapping on everybody? Then my cycle would start. And I'd be like, oh, I was PMSing. That was the problem. With this, I don't know, because I'll forget the date. Usually you're supposed to keep up with it on a calendar. Well, I forget because it'll just sneak up on me and I'm like, oh, it's that time. But yeah, it does. And I had really bad cramps even when I was in high school. Like I would have to miss school or I'd be in a ball because I cramped so bad. So whatever they got in them, whatever this is.
That's that graphene, the graphene.
And listen, when I tell you, like, the ladies know what I mean, because I wore Always for the longest. Always. Their advertisement is, oh, we keep you dry. They are a lie. If you're like you in a swimming pool or something, these you don't know. And like, even when you sleep overnight, because I know some ladies, the coverage of the pad, because usually the pad might only be so big, so you still end up messing up your panties and stuff. Okay, well, they have the overnight ones that are longer, so you don't mess your panties up, you don't mess your clothes up. And the dryness is what I mean. That's what had me. So it's the dryness for me, because you don't have none of them problems. No leaks. You ain't messing up nothing. You ain't got to worry about, you out, you sitting down, and then you mess up your clothes, because that happens sometimes. You sitting there and all of a sudden, a heavy flow comes and now you done messed up your clothes and you out. So you got to go home or go somewhere and try to get that taken care of. And then when you get all that in your clothes and stuff, like you have to get that out immediately. You like instantly. You don't want it to sit because it'll stain. So as long as you can take them off, take your clothes off or whatever, and wash it in cold water, then it'll come out. But so
I've walked into the laundry room to that surprise.
No.
Yeah, and that's why Bink, you haven't.
Yeah, when I be washing clothes on the weekend.
It's a thing. Couple guys on his job that had cramps once a month. Maybe he should buy those. I mean, try it. You never know. It might work. GetPastToday.com.
Tell them to use it as a mask. It might help. It might help with COVID. Get that graphene. Get that COVID out.
Abe said we got some Pepe Le Pews on the job.
Yeah, it might work. But GetPastToday.com. Y'all check it out.
Check it out. Check us out tomorrow, 8:00. We love y'all. These little shows that we do and the people that repeatedly come and support, you don't know what that means to us. Are you kidding me? I mean, there will be a day when you will say, I remember when they had their podcast, used to come on and we'll be like in major status, soon. But you are a very part of the reason. Abe and Billy and Kathy and Tam and David Burns and Kevin Kirksey, my auntie Sandrell, Ed Rowe, everybody, and just thank you so much. More to come. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey Sherry, y'all have a good weekend, man, and peace. My braces and my teeth is getting straight too. Look on the cool. I go back to get them tightened on the 17th. Don't look at the bottom because I ain't got the bottom yet. But look at the top. Look at this.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right, bye.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing?